Welcome to Unity Inspired Living. Our community began in 1989 as a small worldwide Unity book study group, and we've continued the momentum as an ever-evolving spiritual community. Each Sunday, you will find dynamic thought leaders delivering inspiring messages and talented musicians sharing sound healing through their melody. Here, we embrace ancient spiritual traditions, universal truths, and emerging wisdom. Let's check out this Sunday message. We're so grateful you've joined us.
Good morning, bright ones. I extend my love and blessings over you today. My name is Amy Van Ling, and I am joyfully, gratefully the spiritual director of this magnificent community full of loving souls. And I feel this is a glorious, important appointment to be here each week with each of you. And we are sharing in this dynamic, divine experience, and we are truly grateful to be here with you. I invite you as you enter to take an inward breath of the Spirit as you enter this space. A deep inhale and allow yourself to be here now and sort of let go of everything else that has been unfolding and know that your presence here is a beautiful gift, and it creates this energetic exchange between all of us, and we're grateful. So thank you for your sacred yes to be here this morning, communing in this community. Dennis, hi, howdy, nice to see you. Jennifer is here. She says, happy Sunday blessings to all. Nice to see you, beautiful. Yay. I love those messages because then I'm like, okay, now we're super smoothly sailing it. I don't have to wonder what's going on the other side. Yay. Thank you for that confirmation and affirmation. We are so very, very grateful being here together and in our breath, being present with one another. Our theme this month of July, it seems a little wild to say that it's July of 2025 already, but it just zoomed right into July. And here we are, and our theme this month is rewriting relative reality. And we are so excited to talk about this topic of reality, and what if that isn't something that's fixed, but something that we're shaping. I know David Hawkins, I believe it was David Hawkins that said, what you see is what you are. I think a lot of people said this, but I'm remembering that David Hawkins said, one of the people, what you see is what you are. And so like this meaning reflects, like our perception reflects our level of consciousness and sort of where we are living. And when we shift from fear to love, or from judgment to compassion, we actually begin to rewrite the reality that we live in. And you know, this is part of that awakening to God's presence within us, you know, that our God self, as we discover that the most powerful transformation begins not out there in the world, but in the way we see the world. So this is a fun and exciting exploration for us this month. And today I am thrilled and enthusiastic and joy-filled to be here with Reverend Verona Garland. She is a radiant divine being of deep loving essence, a lighthouse for us all. And she is bringing this message home for us today, rewriting relative reality, and we are so excited to check this one out. And there will be a workshop today that follows immediately our service here. That's on a separate Zoom link, which I will post right here in our Facebook live stream chat. It's also on our website, unityinspiredliving.org. You will see a picture of Jesse, Verona, and then a link right there into the workshop. And come on, come all. We want you all there. And it's going to be the 3 R's of sacred veracity. And where do I detect them? I love Verona's titles and descriptions. She is so creative. When are they available? In what way may I cultivate them? From within, we discover our own mastery. Are you ready? I think that's the biggest question here. Are you ready? Because sometimes we want to like lock into like, wait a minute, that's how I see it. And that's how it is. So yeah, are we ready to really explore this? So thank you, beloved Verona, for saying yes. And we'll drop that workshop link here in the chat. And I am full of enthusiasm to bring back for the second time Jessie Powers, a brilliant, divinely energetic spirit, offering her beauty, joy, and grace through her spirit inspired fun music. And we are so deeply grateful for your return, Jessie. Thank you for making a pivot with us this morning, the last minute. I'm so grateful for our musicians and our speakers in our community who are always willing to be so flexible. You know, that what is the bend with the weather versus your branches breaking. And we have so much fluidity and grace and flexibility. Thank you for showing up last minute. She's got so much going on today. So it is special that you're here. Thank you for saying yes. We're grateful. And we warmly welcome you back into our space, precious soul. We also have on the screen our beloved, great, gloriously great being named Nancy, and she is here to share our selected inspirational reading, community announcements, and our prayer of plenitude this morning. So we welcome you into this sacred space. Thank you all for committing your energy, your time, coming together to activate the high vibration of love in this community so that it ripples out into the world. And we're grateful for doing this together. So good morning. We are going to, well, let me check in real quick before we go to our mission statement. Florence is here. She says, good morning, everyone. Jennifer says, good morning, Reverend Verona and Jessie. Thank you, Amy and Nancy, for your ever-flowing service of love. Thank you for being here and your gratitude. We feel it. We receive it. Thank you. Kathy is here. She says, good morning. Welcome, beloved souls. We're grateful to be together with you. We are going to open with our mission statement. So I invite you to create a space and enter the indwellings reverent space to activate what we are coming together, our intention here. You know, it's very important to sort of like know, what are we doing? We are fostering love and wisdom. We are inspiring transformation. We are offering compassionate outreach, and we are embracing unity. And thank you for being on this mission with us. We are going to open with our community song, and we have Jessie Powers here to do that with us, for us, and we are going to sing along. And thank you so much, Jessie. We are grateful for you.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the last minute invite. So we all know this one, I think. Ricky Byers. We'll do a few rounds of I Release. I release and I let go. I let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Let's do it again. I release and I let go. I let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I release and I let go. I let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Oh, yes. What an excellent way to start off the morning. And it's that kind of song where I'm singing and I'm like, oh, make sure I'm on mute. Thank you, Jessie. That was fantastic. Of course, a favorite, all-time favorite. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to hand the screen right over to Nancy. She has our community announcements and our selected inspirational reading for us this morning. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Here are a few important announcements for today. Please stay for the workshop after this service with Reverend Verona, beginning at 11:30. The workshop is entitled The 3 R's of Sacred Veracity. Find the Zoom link on the homepage of our website, unityinspiredliving.org. All are welcome. Love offerings graciously accepted via PayPal, Zelle, or via check in the mail. Our July 3rd Saturday community gathering is next week, Saturday, July 19th, at the beautiful waterside home of Dave and Julie Krowski in Discovery Bay. Please join us for this joyful gathering from 11 to 2. We are planning a surprise, and it will be a joyful gathering for all. Tonight at 7 p.m. is our July meandering to the sound bath and singing crystal bowls. Please go to our Facebook connection page to get your tickets. And please start decluttering and saving for our annual yard sale, the 3rd Saturday in September. And now I have an important announcement regarding a recent decision our Unity Inspired Living Board of Trustees has made. We are making a thoughtful shift for our Sunday services. Our board has made an important decision regarding our in-person services. As you know, for the last 3 years, we have been meeting in person on the first Sunday of every month at the Antioch Community Center and on Facebook Live every Sunday. As our community continues to offer consistent, heart-centered spiritual nourishment, honor our support team's energy, time, and resources, and our fiscal responsibility, we are making a change in our use of the Antioch Community Center and therefore in our in-person services schedule. For the remainder of 2025, we will meet in person on September 7th and December 7th. We will no longer be meeting in person monthly. And beginning January 2026, we will be meeting in person quarterly, with the dates being March, June, September, and December. Remember that we will always be on Facebook Live every Sunday. We will continue to gather in person every 3rd Saturday of each month for our community circle and potluck at members' homes or at the Veterans Park. And that will be in addition to our quarterly in-person services at the Antioch Community Center when Amy is in town. These special times together will feel even more sacred and celebratory, and we can't wait to share them with you. Again, please mark your calendars for September 7th and December 7th, 2025, for the Antioch Community Center in-person services. Thank you for your grace and openness as we grow together. We all know change is the one constant in life, and our community has ebbed and flowed with many changes over the seasons. With the ever-changing tides, nothing is permanent. As we surrender to what presents now, we open up to infinite possibilities. We remain deeply committed to nurturing a vibrant, spirit-led community rooted in love wherever we gather. Blessings and gratitude, your Unity-inspired Living Board of Trustees. Thank you for listening. This change and an invitation to join Amy for a community conversation on Zoom at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, Thursday, July 31st, is posted in the weekly connection that comes out on Wednesdays. And now for our reading. The inspirational reading for our July theme, Rewriting Relative Reality, is from the July-August 2021 Daily Word. The word is thought. My positive thoughts create my world. I create my life through the power of my thoughts. My positive thoughts bless my life with peace, prosperity, and wholeness. But sometimes I may experience more discord, lack, and ill health. Rather than worry or wish things could be different, I return to my thoughts. I accept the conditions I see, but keep my thoughts aligned with a more enduring truth. When faced with chaos, I affirm, the peace of God is mine. When confronted with insufficient supply, I affirm, I am part of God's abundant universe, and all my needs are met. And if I feel ill, I affirm, I am made in the image and likeness of God, and I am whole. I'm so grateful to keep God in my thoughts. From 1 Chronicles 29:18, O Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, our ancestors, keep forever such purposes and thoughts in the hearts of your people and direct their hearts towards you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for the important announcements. Thank you for that beautiful reading. We are so grateful for you. I look forward to seeing anybody on the 31st for questions, comments, and as TJ would say, smart remarks. We're open for all of it. Thank you, Nancy. We are blessed to have you. I'm going to hand the screen back over to Jessie. She's got another song for us this morning.
I do. It's true. They're in the center of my soul. I can feel it all around me. Something holy and untold. But I hear it perfectly. Somehow in the deepness of now, I can see I was made in the image. I was made in the image of love. I was made in the image. I was made in the image of love. Here and now I can see I was made beautifully. I was made in the image. I was made in the image of love. Beyond books and words and songs, at the gate of all my longing, leaving certainty behind. I take one step and you come running. It's clear. Ooh, in the deepness of here, I can see you were made in the image. You were made in the image of love. You were made in the image. You were made in the image of love. Here and now I can see you were made beautifully. You were made in the image. You were made in the image of love. Love, love, flow like water. Love, love, move in me. Love, love, flow like water. Love, love, move in me. Oh, love, love, flow like water. Love, love, move in me. Oh, love, love, flow like water. Love, love, move in me. We were made in the image. We were made in the image of love. We were made in the image. We were made in the image of love. Here and now I can see we were made beautifully. We were made in the image. We were made in the image of love.
Whoa. Science of Mind magazine says that Jessie is a force of artistic goodness, a poetic priestess of song. I affirm that is true. Thank you, beloved. Beautiful song. Touched me. I know, deeply. We're grateful. Nancy, I'm going to hand the screen over to you for our prosperity blessing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Taking a slow, deep breath, exhale, and I invite you to join me now as we move into a space of oneness with Spirit. We quiet our minds and open to the great realization of abundant universe. We connect with an inner stillness that is grounded in the divine flow of giving and receiving. We practice gratitude for all that life gives us and accept there is more coming our way. We align and operate from our divine nature to give freely from a compassionate heart to ourselves and others assured we are never void. We set our intention to engage in right action that attracts opportunities to prosper. We are each a very grateful spirit expanding in this human life. We are gratefully succeeding and stepping forward into greater good. And so it is.
Thank you, Nancy, for keeping that flow going here, our dynamic exchange. We're grateful. I'm going to hand the screen back over to Jessie for our final song this morning.
This song is about trust. Sometimes it feels like my heart is stuck in a revolving door. It can get me down so much, I don't even want to mess with it anymore. Oh, that too familiar feeling, oh, I know it well, but I don't let it get too far. No, I'm too good at staying cool now. Yes, I am learning the art, and I'm getting good at letting go. Yeah, I'm getting good at giving it over, 'cause I know it ain't in my hands sometimes. But I'm getting good at letting go. Yeah, I'm getting good at giving it over, 'cause I know when I do not understand, my soul's always got something better planned. And when the shadow comes creeping in like a thief from my past, I turn on the light by remembering only my soul knows my path. And I'm getting good at letting go, yeah, getting good at giving it over, 'cause I know it ain't in my hands. So I'm getting good at letting go, yeah, I'm getting good at giving it over, 'cause I know, though I do not understand, my soul's always got something better planned. And I am unburdened, yes, I am free when I believe. Hey, if I just keep trusting, if I keep the faith, I know I'll see when I let go. And I know when I let go, and I know that my soul's always got, yes, my soul's always got, oh, my soul's always got something better planned. Something better is coming along, always, in always. So I just trust, sit back, relax, and know that the universe has got my back, and that I am loved, 'cause something better is coming.
I'm so excited I didn't unmute. I said, yes, Jessie Powers from Columbus, Ohio, though she is all over the place. So check her out, find her on socials, and see where she's at. And she is real, raw, down to the heart, I think somebody said. And I would say, yes, yes. Thank you, Jessie, for saying yes to us. I know you are running off for a sound check because she's a busy gal. And Nancy, thank you both for bringing your beloved, sweet, precious souls here to us today. We are grateful. Mwah, we love you. Thank you for being here. And I have on the screen with me the amazing, beautiful Reverend Verona Garland. I am grateful. She is a prosperity mentor, certified freedom life coach, agape and Centers for Spiritual Living minister, staff outreach minister for CSL Palm Springs, California, best-selling author of Destination Freedom, Flying Out of Debt. Verona's ministries include global experiential speaking, prosperity play shops, spiritual guidance sessions, and life rituals, and as featured presenter at the Centers for Spiritual Living Conference in Kenya. Find her wherever life beckons. Enjoy exuberance, and flow, and veronagarland.com. This is a precious soul in front of us, and I am always so deeply delighted to have her with us and be on the screen with her. I like her in my arms better, but in a nice warm hug, but I'll take Zoom also. And so I'm going to pray us in and then hand the screen right over to this beloved being to take us away into this conversation today that we are really excited about. So I invite you to begin like we first did when we entered life on earth, with a breath, a deep breath, like life, I'm here. Each breath a doorway, each moment an invitation for us to come home to our center, the divine center within us. We acknowledge the power and presence that is everywhere, always expressing uniquely through each one of us. And even now in this gathering, whether we're physical or virtual, we are one in spirit, one in love, one in the great unfolding mystery, this glorious life we get to live. We get to live this life. We give thanks for this opportunity to be together, to be present with one another, to remember who we are. And we cover Reverend Verona with blessings as she shares the message today. She's her grounded spirit. She's grounded in peace and open to divine guidance and filled with the knowing that what flows through her is exactly what is necessary, wanting to be heard. And we are so deeply grateful and open to receive. We receive with grateful hearts. And I release this word in love and for love and as love into the great expanse of love. And so it is. Ashe, namaste. Thank you, beloved Reverend Verona. We are grateful that you were here talking to us about rewriting relative reality.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful, Amy. And I agree. I'd rather be in a physical hug with you. However, I am so ever grateful that we have virtual hugs and virtual kisses. So good morning or good afternoon or good evening, whenever you're watching this Unity Inspired Living. It's my pleasure and honor and joy to be here today so that we together can co-create about rewriting relative reality. And the title that showed up through me today, that Spirit put through me as I was being with this, is Authoring the Truth or Creating My Desires? Which one? So before we begin, as you know, I like to start with a little giggle to remind us all that there is also humor in our enlightenment times together. There is also the joy and the glee of the divine everywhere present. So there was mom and a son, and they lived together, okay? And the mom on Sunday morning got up, got herself together, got dressed, had her coffee, and she went and knocked on her son's door and said, "Good morning, it's Sunday. You need to go. You need to go to church today. You're required to go." And the son says, "I'm not going." And the mom says, "Well, you need to go. I mean, I'm just telling you, you need to go." And the son says through the door, "I'm not going." So finally, when the mom the third time says you need to go, the son flings the door open and says, "I told you I'm not going." And the mom says, "Well, I just want to be the one to tell you you really need to go." And the son says, "And the reason is?" She said, "Well, for one thing, you're 52 years old, but really what's most important, you're the minister." Oh, yeah, it takes a minute, doesn't it? It takes a minute, doesn't it? However, I love that because sometimes we get so stuck in our own reality and our own perceptions that, like, we can hunker down. Look, I'm not doing that, and that's all there is to it. Well, guess what? Perhaps it's for our highest and greatest good. However, onward and upward, speaking about authoring the truth or creating my desires. Which one? So let's, not of course, but I like to start with definitions so that we can be on the same page. Well, at least together on the same page. We're always on the same page because there is only one of us here. We are all together. However, I looked up some definitions for truth or truths. And some of the definitions are: truth never changes. We know that. Also, truth is infinite. Truth actually is shaped by our experience. And you probably know that if you read this week's newsletter and read Amy's what she wrote to us, that truth is absolutely shaped by our experience. It is a real inner perception thing, whether we'd like to admit it or not. That's about truth. The other thing, truth is a silent resonance within us. It transforms our soul, and truth transcends words. You know, there are no words sometimes about truth. It transcends words. Okay, so that's about truth. Now, what about dreams? Because in the top here, you know, it's like, am I authoring the truth or creating my dreams? So, what are dreams? And there's a lot of things about dreams. Okay, there's a lot of things we could talk about dreams. However, the definitions that came to me about dreams is dreams are aspirations. Dreams can be a vision. Dreams are messages from spirit or from the ancestors. And the ancestors are always around. They're always saying, my beloved, let me do whatever it is you need. Please let me guide you, hold you, keep you, all those things, protect you. So sometimes dreams are that. Dreams are generally a form of higher consciousness. Dreams can be spiritual portals. And I found this really cool thing in the book of Thomas, you know, the book of Thomas, which was the book that they left out of the King James Bible, amongst a lot of other things. But this book has been recently discovered. In the book of Thomas, it says, dreams are direct knowledge of the divine spark within remembered. Let that go in. Yeah, that's what dreams are. Direct knowledge of the divine spark within remembered. So I was being with this and I was thinking, okay, so what are some of the similarities of truth and dreams? So some of the similarities that showed up for me, and you can be with it and think yourself, oh, for me, what are some of the similarities? However, what we're going to talk about today, or co-create together today, is the similarities. Is one similarity is dreams and truth both access realms beyond logic. Sometimes the truth is something that's well beyond logic. I mean, the truth is the truth is the truth. As we know, the truth will set us free. So sometimes dreams do the same thing. And in case you're saying, oh, well, I don't dream, Verona. That's not for me. We all do dream. Sometimes we have access to them and sometimes we don't. But we all do dream. So just to let you know, I'm not talking about something that is not about you. It's about each one of us. Because you, beloved, are exactly the truth of the divine. So this is one of the similarities. The other similarities is they can be a catalyst for personal growth and change. When you know a truth, let me think. Today we are knowing a lot of truths in the transformation and the transmutation of our world all the way around. And it is a catalyst for personal growth and change, because what is the truth of the planet? What is the truth of our world? What is the truth of our country? What is the truth of other countries? And I believe that truth is peace, love, compassion, plenitude, abundance, and so much more. So they can be, both of them, a dream or a truth can be a catalyst for personal growth and change. And the third one is dreams and truth are inner knowings. You know how you know something? You know, we often say in New Thought, Ageless Wisdom, I know that I know that I know that I know that I know. Well, you know how there's a knowing within you and you just know it. You know this is the truth. You know that there is no way around it. You just know that this is what it is. I mean, one of the truths that we all might know is that we are forever and ever held in the divine protection and guidance and gardens of spirit. That's the truth. No matter what goes on in our life. And that's not to say that a lot of human happenings are not a part of our lives. You know, that's not to say that we don't experience a lot of other things that may feel like something else. But the bottom line of it, the truth of it, is that it's all part of the divine plan, and it's all part of spirit holding us, keeping us safe, guiding us, guarding us, protecting us, loving us, delighting in us, adoring us, and so much more. So those are some of the similarities. And something that showed up for me, I'm not clear who wrote it, it's anonymous, but it says, a dream believed is a path to the truth discovered. A dream believed is a path to the truth discovered. And it's just shown up for me. All right, Spirit, I'll say it, that we all know about a really huge dream that we're all living now, Dr. King's dream. We're all the living embodiments of that dream. So it really makes me know that a dream believed is a path to the truth discovered. And we can turn it back around. The truth discovered is a path to our highest and greatest dreams. And I forgot to say, what are our dreams? Those are the dreams of the divine being made manifest in, through, and as each one of us. The only way Spirit's dreams can make it here on the planet into form, into the mental equivalent, is through us. So any dreams I have, any dreams you have, dreams we have, yes, they are a part of who my unique, customized, bespoke self is. However, most importantly, the truth of these dreams is that it is the dream of the divine coming through and as you. And I'm sure you've heard, however, that there's that funny little joke, be yourself, nobody else can. However, the other thing about that is dreams that come through you can only be made through you. You are a one of a kind. Each one of us is a one of a kind, customized version of the divine. And so the only way it can make itself onto the planet, into the world, into the galaxies, cosmos, and the universe is through you. It's through each and every one of us. So that's a really important thing to remember, and also to know that these two are interchangeable. Dreams and the truth are absolutely interchangeable. They are one and the same in the divine. So I was being with this, and I got to do research. I was so happy about an African proverb, and this is a Ghanaian proverb, or Ghanaian tale, and what it's called, the tree of truth and dream. The tree of truth and dream. And yes, it came to me. I was just kind of scrolling around, looking at all the other things that we all look at on social media, and it showed up for me. However, here's what it says, the story. So there was a village, and the name of this village was Nyanda. And there was a girl, Nia, who dreamed of a tree with roots in the earth and branches in the stars. Now, we have trees here with roots in the earth, but not branches in the stars. But this is what she dreamed of all the time. And she told the elders, and they said, knock it off, Naya. Dreams are smoke. The truth is what we see. So like these elders, they decided it's only if it's in the physical form, the effect, not just the cause, but the effect. And so one year, as she kept telling them, so one year the rains all stopped and the crops all died. And Nia followed her dream and found her tree, just as she had seen it previously. Beneath it flowed a hidden spring. She brought her people, of course. They dug it up. The water burst forth, saving the village. Now, what is they say now, the Ghanaians said from then on, the elders said, truth and dreams are not separate. Together, they bring life. Yeah, think about it. So here we are. We know truth and dreams are not separate. Together, they bring life. They bring flourishing. They bring blooming and blossoming. And you're probably saying, okay, I like this, Verona. And in what way do I gain access to it? Well, recently I went to a seminar, took a class, and I learned some things about, it was a biblical class. I learned some things that maybe you probably already know. However, I'm going to share them with you, is that the Bible is like it took 2,500 years to write the Bible. I thought, in my Baptist girl self, I thought it was just written like, okay, all the things happen, the people wrote it, it's done. But it took it stretches over a long period of time. And I didn't know that the first people who wrote the Bible were the Greeks. Yeah, the first people who chronicled what we call the Bible, that wonderful handbook and workbook that we can use along with other mystical and spiritual books. They're the first ones. Then came along Constantinople, and then the Holy Roman Catholic Church. And then after that came the Hebrews, who wrote the Torah, which was another form of the Bible. Well, the reason I'm telling you all this is the Greeks in the beginning had a word in their version of the Bible, or their version of the handbook for life. I'm going to call it that. And this word is dunamis. 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 And I now know that dunamis is the way we gain access to the world of truth and dreams that all come together, that they are not separate, and together they bring life. So a few things about dunamis. Dunamis is an irrefutable display of spiritual power and authority being exercised. This is what dunamis is. And guess what? It's in all of us. We are all dunamis, every single one of us. Isn't it thrilling to know that? Might be a little, might make you go, whoa. However, isn't it great to know that dunamis is that? It is the foundation, the content, the tippy top of each one of us. Dunamis only gets itself here on the planet through us. And Reverend Deborah Johnson, in her book, The Sacred Yes, Volume 1, says, dunamis is where your deep intention meets inexhaustible supply. Because I don't know about you, but I tend to forget that the supply of the divine is inexhaustible. It is infinite, it is inexhaustible, it is forever present. So that dunamis is in through and as each one of us. So now we know we're dunamis. Now we know. Ta-da! I am the dunamis of the divine. Yes. And which is irrefutable display of spiritual power, might, majesty, and authority. So the way we get to use our dunamis, because I often, in the humanness, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. However, the way in which I like to live my human experience as a spiritual being is in action, in action, and having the ability to co-create in the divine with this wonderful mobile ashram that we call our body. Yeah, with this. So 3 things showed up for me for how we access our dunamis, how we be the dunamis, therefore bringing together truth and dreams into the one togetherness that they are. And this is a map. We use a map. Okay. We don't use maps so much anymore because our GPS uses a map. But I don't know about yours, but mine, the map shows up on the screen in my car. And if I have the nerve to deviate from it, she speaks to me and of course says, stay with the map, stay with the map, stay on the course. However, the way we get to know this is with a map. This is a different sort of map. And this map stands for motivation, alignment, and processes. Motivation, alignment, and processes. So the first part of this, motivation. Motivation is knowing my purpose, knowing our purpose, experiencing the freedoms from race consciousness. And by race consciousness, that's kind of a hard word. Experiencing the freedoms from group mentality. Let's put it that way. Knowing that being the truth, knowing that each of us is the eternal good of God. Each of us, that's what we are. So that's the first part, motivation. Second part, alignment. Alignment. Knowing your truth as an expression of the Christ consciousness and being that. Aligning with spirit, and alignment might show up just as the other day I was someplace and in a retail establishment, and there was someone ahead of me checking out, and they seemed a little disturbed, and they were kind of fussing around and looking around, and I just gave them my biggest and best smile, because I knew that I was standing in that line behind that person to be the divine, to bring them the peace, the calm, the serenity that is already inside of them, but they forgot about it. And need I tell you, the person calmed down. The person took a deep breath, actually, and made a big sigh. Because when I chose to be in alignment with who and what I am, then of course spirit works itself through and as each one of us in the togetherness. Yeah, we're all connected. As we often say, there's only one of us here. We're all connected. We are different iterations and expressions of the divine. So that's the second part, alignment. And the third part, important, processes. When, where, and with whom am I participating in my spiritual processes? And that is about the frequency of remaining in the present moment. We all do our spiritual processes, and I know all of you at Unity Inspired Living, you are on it. All of you do your spiritual processes to the utmost. And the important part of this map is when, where, and with whom. That's part of it. However, am I remaining in the present moment? Am I remaining in the present moment, not in the past, not in the future? If we turn on the TV or your computer or your phone or your iPad or anything these days, we see a lot of things that appear to be happening here in the United States of America. And this is our opportunity to use those spiritual practices to remain in the now. We don't get to be concerned about what happened in the past, and we don't get to let our imagination go wild and crazy about what this might mean for the future. We get to be present now and bring the compassion, the peace, the love, the truth, and the dreams of the divine in, through, and as and out of us, and bring that. Yeah, this is the way we use the map. So the map, motivation, alignment, and processes. the process is the when, where, and with whom. Years ago when I had a different profession, and I was a flight attendant, you all know that, and I used to get on the bird and pretend that I was not a minister. That is to say, I would get on the plane and have conversation with people, but possibly hold back a little with my spirituality. And it became known to me, the reason this is showing up for me now is that the processes, when, where, and with whom, the processes came through me anyway. They, the speaking I did, the not just the words I spoke, but the vibration I gave. People would come back to me all the time and say, you're that spiritual flight attendant, huh? Or you're the one who believes in God. Or people would actually come to me for prayer. Yeah. So I'm saying that the processes, if we allow ourselves to embody them and embrace them, they show up, they come through. We can use our processes. We can use the map, motivation, alignment, and processes to have the world that we'd like to see. Yeah, it's possible, it's probable, it is, it's already done. So briefly, how does this showing up in my life now, today, using the map, the motivation, the alignment, and processes? Well, you have all been a part of this. It's my ministering. And in my ministering, by using motivation and alignment and processes, my ministering has gone from being a graduate of a ministerial school to being a staff minister, being an assistant minister, releasing that because the Spirit spoke to my heart and said, it's time for you to move on and bring your gifts out into the world. And now being, as Amy said, a best-selling author, being someone who does workshops around the planet, being someone who speaks in a lot of different places, bringing my gifts. And the reason that I bring my gifts is because, well, several reasons, but one of the reasons I have come to know is bringing together truth and dreams. Bringing together my truth, what is the truth for me, bringing together the dreams of the heart of the divine that show up within me, and then using the map, bringing that all together. And the most important part about this too is intuitively listening and acting upon it with no restraint. Yeah, intuitively listening, acting upon it with no restraint, acting upon exactly what it is we hear and know, acting upon it and knowing all is well. So I am giving you an invitation today, and I want your RSVP. You all know how to get in touch with me. So I'm giving you an invitation today, and the invitation is at the intersection of truth and dreams, where they come together. Will you, can you, and when are you going to use your customized map, motivation, alignment, and processes for your bespoke reality? Namaste.
Thank you, precious one. Sorry, there was a little lag there for a minute. I don't know the technology. We're so grateful for you, Reverend Verona. Your messages always speak to our hearts deeply. I am refreshing our live stream page here, and I don't know why things suddenly got frozen on my side, but we're getting there. I want to see what everybody is chatting about. Did you absolutely love, like I did, dunamis? When deep intention meets inexhaustible supply. That was one of the pieces. You said a lot. So many wonderful pieces here today. But that really touched my heart. I felt that one. Deep intention meets inexhaustible supply. Remembering also that moment where to set the intention, to be in that space, like I am in communication, I am connected, and setting intention in that space, and then knowing that the supply is inexhaustible. It reminds me sort of the whole image. I think somebody said one time, when you're on a beach somewhere and there are, hundreds, thousands, maybe of people on the beach, and everybody's getting the sun, right? And there's always just an inexhaustible supply of sun, and it's all the people and all the beaches and all the world. And I think of that when I hear something like inexhaustible supply of source. you know, that it's not like we have to get our, little piece. It's always abundant. And all we need to do is align that intention up. You bring us such richness and potent reminders. And there's things typically we go like, yeah, I knew that, or I've heard that. And I love the way that you show us how to implement it, in our lives. Like, how does this look? And you share your own story. So thank you for being authentic and vulnerable and always sharing about you. And we love you, and then we love you more when we when we know more about you. Let me check in with everybody. Nancy says, I love your jokes. Yes, that's a joke. LOL. I know. I love the way Verona starts us off with a laugh. It's really such good fun, and so good for our bodies and souls to laugh like that. Paris says, yes, regarding the Bible, Emperor Constantine actually had a big hand in the formation of the Bible and establishing the Christian church too. Yes. I feel like there were more messages coming in here. Paris says, lovely to see everyone's beautiful faces. Bob says, thank you, Verona. Yeah, I feel that too. Deep gratitude for such an important message. Paris says, thank you for reminding us about our inexhaustible radiant supply. Verona always reminds us of that because she just is that inexhaustible radiant supply. I know everybody feels that way. I can speak for all of us. She's an example for us of what that looks like in human form. Yeah, when we talk about it in words and how it shows up in our lives in different circumstances in different ways, and she shows us all the time what that looks like. Thank you, beloved. The lady in the line didn't know it, but she had an angel right there behind her. No, she did know it. She figured that one out. Does anybody have any questions, any thoughts, any comments? I'm gonna, of course, I feel like my live stream feed might be a little slow, so I'm gonna give it a second here. Verona talked about intuitively listening and acting on it without restraint. And I think that's a really important point, because our monkey mind, our chattery mind, wants to be sort of the naysayer sometimes, and the doomsdayer even. It could go so far as that. Why would you do that, or what? And so to really stay mindful of what is the reality I'm writing, and who's writing it, right? Who's writing it? Because if you're intuitively listening and you're staying in that alignment, you're co-creating then with God, with source. And so if it's something other than that, it's like, what's going on there? Who's writing my script? Okay, my phone, I apologize, this is a little slow. Jennifer says, thank you so very much, Reverend Verona, for your loving, enthusiastic heart. So many gems of wisdom. Truth and dreams are not separate. Together they bring life. Didn't you love that? That's like a mic drop. Yeah, I'm gonna note that one. Thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate you. Lots of mic drops in here. Verona, I don't know if you know what it's like, a mic drop where we're like picking out these like golden nuggets of our Sunday talks, and we're putting a mic drop on them and saying gems, diamonds, and there were many today. So thank you so much, beloved Verona, for being here with us. If you have more to talk about and you're interested, come into the workshop in half an hour. I invite you to bring somebody too. This is such an important conversation, because we're talking about writing up the script of our lives, really, and what could be more important than that? So, and let me tell you, the person leading this today is the person you want to be leading this conversation. Reverend Verona Garland, we love you. We appreciate you. So the workshop is going to be log in about 30 minutes. I suggest you nourish yourself, hydrate yourself, get comfortable. Verona, should they bring anything to the workshop? Is there anything to know? Yes.
Yes, bring pencil and paper to take notes.
Fabulous. Bring your open hearts and your readiness and enthusiasm for this, because Verona always facilitates an excellent, creative, masterful workshop. So that link is going to be dropped here in our live stream chat. It's also on the homepage of our website, unityinspiredliving.org. And we will be waiting there. I thought there was more comments coming in. Jennifer said, not sure I got this right. However, another gem, a dream believed is on the path discovered. I didn't write that one down. Is that what you said, Reverend Verona?
Oh, let me put, oh,
A dream
and what I
believed is
said
on the
was,
path.
a dream believed is a path to the truth discovered.
Mm,
A dream believed is a path to the truth discovered.
yes, love that. I wrote that one down, Jennifer. Yay. Any other mic drops? Drop them here. I will continue to look in the chat even after we log off of the live stream for those mic drops, or you can email them to me. My name at unityinspiredliving.org. So thank you everybody for being here. I'll drop the link here, like I said. Thank you, Reverend Verona, for being with us, for your sacred yes, for sharing your wisdom. And everybody, if your mind, heart, spirit feel touched, nourished, and expanded by being part of our community, please consider visiting our Ways to Give page on our website, unityinspiredliving.org. We are 100% supported by your generous contributions, and we are so grateful for that outpouring of love, and that energetic exchange truly enables us to continue reaching out and being this loving, energetic vibration in the world. And this is our mission. So thank you for participating in that. We're going to close with the prayer of divine awakening. And I invite you to speak this prayer, make this your own declaration. Should be sharing on the screen right now, if I'm doing things correctly on this side of the technology. The prayer of divine awakening. It's a new day, a beautiful day, a new beginning. I embrace this day with new eyes, an open heart, and expansive mind. I choose my vibrational frequency deliberately and consciously, harmonizing with life's events. I am receptive to source energy, divine guidance, and wisdom available to me at all times. I commit to serve unconditional love fully and completely. I move forward in a state of appreciation, an extension of the one magnificent power and presence. I am sovereign, whole, and free, claiming dominion over my life as I go in peace and awaken to my divinity. And so it is. Precious beings, thank you for being here. I say, shine on, bright ones. You are divine. Meet back here in the workshop in a little less than 30 minutes. Get hydrated, get nourished. Thank you, Reverend Verona. We love and appreciate you deeply and dearly. Mwah. Blessings, everybody. I'm going to drop the link here. It's also on the homepage, unityinspiredliving.org. Grab a pen and paper. We'll see you there. Bye, sweetheart.